Hey, FlimsyLunchTray here, and welcome to a really fun, great battle here in the Tier 9 Italian cruiser, the Brindisi. So this is my second battle ever in the Brindisi. As I've grinded it now, I've reached where I can now purchase the Venezia, as I'm recording this video on a Friday. And I played 11 games all in one day, on Thursday, and I completely did the grind for all the needed modules and more than what I needed to pick up the Venezia, because this ship is just so enjoyable to play. So I couldn't stop. So far in my experience with Warships, the Brindisi has been the most enjoyable Tier 9 cruiser that I've grinded so far in the game. Now, this is a battle that goes so well, as maybe probably some things in the title of this video give it away, but I've sent it to Jingles, so you never know. So maybe he ends up liking this, maybe he doesn't, maybe it's not worthy, I don't know, but I think it's pretty cool. So regardless, I want to take the opportunity to feature it here on my channel, because I can do that with you all, and you can see this battle. So this, as I said, is my second game, so I'm running completely stock modules on the Brindisi. So what does stock modules mean on this ship? It means that hull A is 40,000 hit points. Your AA mounts a bit different things going on, and then your firing range. Your stock, as you see in this video, is 15.6 kilometers. Granted, I have access to the spotter plane, so I can't extend it, as we're punishing this Kitakaze player right now. And then with the upgraded, gives you a 10% increase up to 17.1. Now, the thing that is so lovely about this ship is the sap. You can definitely wreck destroyers hardcore. I had a game. I mean, you can sometimes even one-shot destroyers, because with the Brindisi, what you have is happening here is you have 4 turrets, 3 guns per turret, so you have 12 guns all in all. And these are 2 and 3 millimeter guns, and the Italian cruiser line, rather than having high explosive, you have semi-armor piercing, so sap. And then you also, of course, have access to the armor piercing. So you're not likely to pin or overpin targets. Like, so if you say, for example, I had this happen to me, a broadside flint, then you actually just pretty much want to go for sap versus armor piercing, as you're more likely to just get over pins with the armor piercing if you're not able to aim right and get the shells targeting to target through the water. What I'm saying, what's the word? I forget the word. Sometimes if you aim low enough into the water, it helps with triggering the shell and getting it to actually detonate once the arming shell time. Yeah, to go through a little bit of water and then into the citadel. So the sap you can do wonders with. As you can see here, we're using the exhaust smoke generator right now, which is a full speed. I think our smoke fire penalty is 9.7, so you do have to be mindful of that. Now the other thing that's really good with this gun, 13,800 on the Marlboro there, besides being able to completely smash destroyers, you can definitely wreck the superstructure, as I'm going to eat this salvo that was intended for the Spetsky Soyuz from the Marlboro, so that's a bit annoying that he got so close to me there. You can really wreck battleships. So what the trick is that you want to be aiming for the superstructure and not like the armor plating, side armor plating, or the where the main battery guns would be. So you do have to be mindful of that. But let me just kind of back up and let's talk about the ship as a whole here, because I've referenced a few things. So as I said, these are 2 and 3 millimeter guns. When you can see right now, our reload time is over 17 seconds, so we've taken the reload mod in slot 6. Our maximum speed is 36.7 knots before taking the Sierra Mike flag combat signal into account, which I can't remember if I'm running right now, but I'm pretty sure I'm running it. So you have really good speed for a Tier 9 cruiser that doesn't have access to the engine boost. So definitely something to keep in mind here. I'm not too worried about the Genizer now because it's Genizer now accuracy. So we're trying to get up here, trying to figure out where the submarine is, and trying to get my team to finish off this Marlboro before he gets away, but that's unfortunately not going to happen. So you have some armor piercing, you have armor piercing, you have torpedoes that are slow. They have decent damage to them. You get 1 rack per side, so 8 torpedoes total, 4 per side. So the maximum damage on them is 13,900 if you don't build into anything with the commander skill on them. Their speed is 56 knots. Their range is 13.5 kilometers. So often what I really like to do here with the Brindisi is I'm constantly spamming torpedoes because they only have, I think it's a 95 second reload time. Then that's gonna, then a minute and a half really quickly with adrenaline rush taken into account. So I really like spamming torpedoes as much as possible because they have such good range. So often you'll catch battleships that are unsuspecting of them because you fired them like over a minute ago and then they hit them at 12 kilometers away. Definitely take advantage of torpedoes and just regularly firing them. They also have really good torpedo firing angles. So you can definitely yellow up on ships. And giving them 4 torpedoes that do a maximum damage of 13,900. So the depth charges, as you see I'm using now, you don't have the depth charge airstrike. What you have is just the depth charges that come directly from your ship. I'm really trying to figure out where this submarine is because I think he torpedoed our CV already, or he's about to, as we're dealing with this tier 8 Russian CV. So I don't know where he's at. I don't know if he's further up in front of me or he's behind me. So we're fishing for him essentially right now. I kind of moved back to this position to help figure out where this sub is since I'm the cruiser back here trying to help my battleships and aircraft carrier. But of course now with the carriers having the automated anti-submarine warfare, ASW, CVs aren't as in a big danger as they were previously, as there are 2 submarines on the enemy team. Yeah, you're gonna have the standard damage control party. I think it's action time 5 seconds, reload time 60 seconds. You have repair parties, which is really nice to be able to have here as we figure out where the submarine is at. He's roughly in there where I'm aiming. So you have repair parties, so that's very helpful, needed, I would say, for this ship, just because it gives you a lot more ability to come back and deal damage in the game and being punished a lot. You have the spotter plane, which you can also switch out for a fighter plane, but I prefer the spotter plane because definitely right now with this second game and having the stock gun range being that 15.6 kilometers. And then you have the exhaust smoke generator, which is really fun to use. Also in the sense that you use it when you feel like you need to get out of jail free card, or if you just can take advantage of a battleship who's beyond that. I think it's the 9.7 smoke fire penalty, and continue farming them while you have your spotter plane up. Some people also like to run, there's a spotter plane build where the action time isn't as long, but the cooldown time I think is cut almost in half. I'm just saying off the top of my head, I don't remember exactly, but the action time is reduced, but the cooldown time is up. Cooldown time is reduced so you can get more spotter planes up, is what I'm trying to say. Blech. Still sick and trying to get over this cold and flu as this video goes up. Yes. So the exhaust smoke, you can use that as a get out of jail free card. You can use it if you're wanting to get closer to enemy ships. I've also used it to YOLO. So it was the end of a match the other day, last night, as I record this video on Friday. But this battle occurred Thursday night, and I used an exhaust smoke generator to YOLO a Bismarck, and I just rammed him. I think my torpedoes were ready, but I just wanted to give him the big torpedo. So, yes. So, with that aside, let's talk more about the gameplay footage here. I'm kind of taking my time here. I don't want to run out because it's the Genizer now off to my left, friendly. And then it's a bunch of enemy ships on the backside of sea, so I could get punished pretty quickly here. So I just want to chill for now. Harass this Genizer now more, hoping to get some more decent semi-armor piercing salvos in. Our CV's doing a good job for now. That he's moving up. He doesn't need to be sitting back, I2 or something. So him moving up to the island there in A is a really good position. So I would say he doesn't need to move any further from that point. Since the enemy team is going to be having this push back, as our team's doing really well in the sense that, you know, we have the game's going well for us, so that we have the points advantage because we have 2 caps, but our team continues, it's kind of evaporating. They're like feeding themselves to the beehive. The beehive is a terminology I use when there's a lot of enemy ships in one specific location. And there's a definite beehive on the 7-8 line right now. So I'm in no rush to push into that. Organizer now, I'm asking him to get back just because there's no need for him to push in, because we really just need to chill. The enemy team has to be the one to push into us because we are the ones in control, but you can see our team down to the south on the FG line are deciding you only live once. So we'll see how that goes. So I'm really trying to get my team to focus the Organizer now. I have my spotter plane up, but I actually need to be pressing C to use it. I don't know why I wasn't. I just really wanted the range more particularly, because I don't want to have to deal with this Organizer now later. I'd rather kill him before he gets away. So here, the Veneto is over 11 kilometers away, so we get to use our exhaust smoke generator, and we still haven't leave us another one even after this one expires. We just got a buff with one of the talents. We have Luigi Sansonetti. He has 3 particular talents, and all 3 of those talents we're going to activate in this game. So I'll actually try to see about maybe, yeah, I think I can pull that up here while we're talking. So he's definitely makes the Brindisi a more enjoyable experience, in my opinion, because I waited to grind this line until I had Luigi Sansonetti, which I just got. You get him from the armory in the, I don't know the name of the collection of containers, but I got him from that collection. But those containers are 6,000 each in order to complete the collection and picking up Luigi Sansonetti. So it's quite pricey, and I was enjoying grinding some other lines, but now the time has come for me to grind the line. So the talent we just activated was the Concealed Reserves talent, which activates upon achieving 100 main gun hits and extends the action time of all consumables plus 10% once per battle. So you saw that our our exhaust smoke generator, as we lose our U-190 and Monarch as our team continues to evaporate and our CV is getting way too close to the enemy team for comfort. We'll activate the other 2 talents here shortly, so we'll talk about that when the time comes. 2 of the enhanced skills that Sansonetti has is he has the enhanced gun feeder. So negative 60% when reducing the reload time when switching shell types, normally negative 40%. And also Swift Fish, enhanced skills increases the speed of his torpedoes plus 7% versus plus 5%. But I am only running a 13-point build here on Sansonetti since, again, I just recently got him, so I don't have a full build on him yet. So we'll talk about the other talents to activate as time progresses, but we've just our CV, God love him, who needs to get back, bless his soul, just killed the enemy Veneto. But in my opinion, I don't really care if the Sky Cancer on my team or the enemy team dies. I don't like Sky Cancer, period. So the fact that this enemy or our friendly CV doesn't understand and grasp positioning, he deserves to die for not disengaging. But I really rather prefer him live because of the points. So losing him means we lose points and enemy team picks up more points, as we're still ticking up 2 caps. But now we're in a 3 versus 7. Yeah, 3 versus 7 situation. So this is not good for us, boys and girls. So we're moving up to Kite away from the enemy Marlboro, who, if you remember, we were trying to kill him earlier in the beginning of the match. But he got away, he was able to heal more. So we're going to see what we can do here now. So the enemy Veneto, he took off kind of by himself. Now we have the Marlboro coming out. He doesn't seem to have any... Okay, he has the Organizer now we couldn't kill earlier back there. And he's also low. So to our benefit, even though it is a now 2 versus 7 situation, we had the Marlboro and the Gneiser now are both low. So with this semi-armor piercing, if we get some better aimed salvos, this really isn't a big deal. We're able to have a nice, things aren't bad yet. That's kind of in my frustration. I was kind of more of a humorous, funny frustration. I was comedically saying to myself out loud while playing this game, let me carry you, because this is a carryable game, even though it's a 2 versus 7. We have the Marlboro low, the Drake's low, the Gneiser now's low, and we still have 2 repair parties. And our Gneiser now decides he's going to push in, and he doesn't need to do that. So we've activated the main battery firing range, or the far reach. Talent activates on the destruction of an enemy ship and extends the main gun range by plus 8% once per battle. So that's actually going to help us here, because we're running the stock range of 15.6 kilometers. So here I'd have to make a decision. Who's more dangerous? Is it the Drake or is it the Gneiser now more dangerous? And I perceive the Drake is more of a threat. He has a greater DPM than the Gneiser now, and if I can maybe kill him before he kills my Gneiser now, maybe that helps us have a better chance. So Bravo Cap is being flipped. I don't know if it's by the Akatsuki or the enemy submarine. So this is a 1 versus 6 now, but this is quickly going to turn into a 1 versus 5. So now not so bad. So the enemy CV is continuing to come at us, but he doesn't seem to be that well. The Gneiser now sitting this way. I really don't want to accelerate up to the border of A1, or the A line on the very top of the map border, because as soon as I kill the Gneiser now, I'd rather get more back into the game. So we dumped the torpedoes again. These torpedoes are not to be slept on. You can definitely utilize and take advantage of them. So we get 7 pins on that Gneiser now and finishing him. So now 1 versus 6 is 1 versus 4. And here's the challenge. So B's been flipped and A is getting flipped right now. So that means I'm not sure who flipped Bravo. I'm guessing it's the sub or the submarine or the Akatsuki. But there's a big points difference. We have over 2 minutes left in the game. And I'm not sure if the enemy team takes all 3 caps at this point in time, will we still win? We have just over a 300 points lead, but will we still win if they flip all caps? And then all of a sudden, a cap stops getting flipped. So I don't know if the enemy team was yelling, we have to kill all, don't worry about the caps. So I don't really know if that was what's happening, but I decided to go dump torpedoes in the general direction of A if there's a ship coming from that direction. So we pick up the Prinz Heinrich. We avoid that salvo, prioritize our AA sector, and I want to turn out, but I don't want to yet with the CV still harassing us as he misses his drop. And I want the Prinz Heinrich to fire his main battery, and then we're going to turn and disengage as we pick up the high caliber skills. So Prinz Heinrich has fired all of his main battery guns. So once they come in, none of them landed, we're going to simply turn out and disengage, because there's no need for us to keep pushing, right? And that is when we pick up the Confederate. This is the rapid fire talent, which activates upon earning Confederate achievement and reduces reload time of main battery guns by negative 15%. So we kill the throttle, we go to turn out here, but the enemy CV kind of dropped his payload accurately. I thought that one was actually going to land short. So we go ahead and pop our repair party, and we go ahead and pop spotter plane, because I'm really concerned about the sub maybe still being somewhere from C. We haven't seen Akatsuki, we haven't seen the submarine. Where are they? I don't know. So we're going to kite out away. We have our smoke fire or exhaust smoke generator if we need it, but we have plenty of health still, so I feel quite comfortable to continue firing. I don't feel that I'm in danger. And the Akatsuki shows up, so I think he was the one trying to flip A earlier, and now the submarine's trying to flip it. But Akatsuki, knowing he needs to kill, decides to open up with 1600 health, and we polish him off. And now we try to take another shot off at the Prinz Heinrich, greedy for a little bit more damage as we end with 178,000 damage, and we get the win. So a 1 versus 6 turned into a 1 versus 3. As we got 249 main battery hits, 1 torpedo hit, 4 kills, 26 planes destroyed. 3 defended, assisted capture, 42,800 experience is running blue economic signal with Solar Warrior, Confederate, and high caliber. So this is really good stuff. Ending with 2,459 base XP. So very, very good game. I think their submarine was running around just doing the caps. Maybe Prince Heinrich was the one who flipped Bravo. I don't know. So we were able to still win the game for our team, despite them kind of blowing themselves into the beehive and the wood chipper. So 55,000 on the Marlboro, 52,000 on the Gneisenau. I think we took him. I think we are the only ones who maybe fired on Gneisenau. Maybe not. Maybe that might be inaccurate. And 10,000 on the Kakaze Shimanto. So I just want to illustrate that with some of the plane kills. And with premium count, 507,000 credits. And 42,812 with the blue economic bonus. But I also have, before the economic rework, I got the permanent camouflage for the Brindisi, which included, at that time they were tied together, the permanent economic bonus for the ship overall. So that's really helping our economic earnings. This only took me 11 battles to grind through the ship for the Netsia. So I hope you really appreciated this battle. It was really fun. This is my 4th Solar Warrior. I will link, I guess, my 2 other games at the end of this video. And one of my best battles ever, where I got a Solar Warrior. And then maybe I link another Solar Warrior game if you like watching Solar Warrior matches. So if you liked today's video, give a thumbs up. If you did not, give a thumbs down. Subscribe if you do want to see more. If you're subscribed, thanks so much. I really appreciate it. And we'll catch you next time. Take care.